Okay, so if we look at this first intersecting lines question, what I'm going to do is write 4x minus 3y equals 34. And I'm going to get y on its own. So the way I like to do that is, because there's a minus here, I'm going to take the minus 3y over. So I get 4x equals 3y plus 34. Then I'm going to take the plus 34 over. So I have 3y equals 4x take away 34. Then I'm going to divide everything by 3, bring the 3 down. So I have, let me just make sure this is working. Yeah, that is. So I end up with 4x over 3, take away 34 over 3. So that's y. Now we can substitute that value for y into our second equation. So the second equation is 2x plus 3y equals minus 10. So I'm going to write 2x plus 3, and I'm going to put all of this that we've done for y into a bracket. So we have 4x over 3 take away 34 over 3. Now I'm going to expand this bracket. So we have 2x plus, and then 4/3 times 3, right? 3 times 4/3, and that's going to end up as 4. So we have plus 4x, and then you've got 3 times minus 34/3, which is just going to be minus 102, I think. No, what am I doing there? What am I doing? Rubbish. Sorry, yeah, minus 34, because the 3's cancel out. And this, 2x plus 3y, equals minus 10. So now I can solve this equation. 2x plus 4x, 6x. Take away 34 equals minus 10. Take the minus 34 over, so we get 6x equals 34 minus 10, which is 24. Then to get x on its own, I divide by 6. So x equals 24 over 6, which is 4. And then to get y, we can substitute this value of x back into the first equation. It doesn't matter which one. You can sub it back in here if you wanted to. So we have the first equation, if I just rub everything out here. First equation was 4x minus 3y equals 34. So if we sub in our value of x into that, so 4x minus 3y equals 34. So I'm going to do 4 times 4, because I'm subbing in x, take away 3y equals 34. 4 times 4 is 16. So we have 16 take away 3y equals 34. I'm going to take 16 away, so I've got minus 3y, so 16 goes over, which gives me 34 take away 16, which is like 18, I think. What am I doing there? Yeah, 18. So minus 3y is 18, and then to get y on its own, we've got to bring down or divide by minus 3. So we have y equals 18 over minus 3, which is minus 6. And if you don't believe me, put that into a calculator. 18 divided by minus 3 is minus 6. So we have x is 4 and y is minus 6. That's where those two lines intersect. So let's look at a harder one. So I'm going to skip the second. I'll skip the third one as well. That one. Yes. No. Yeah, I'll go for the second one. Yeah, the rest of these aren't too bad actually, because they actually give you y, so they're quite easy. So I'll just go for the second one really. Yeah, they don't give you y, but they give you an expression where y is the subject, which makes your life a lot easier. So for the second one, this one, you've got 4x minus 6y equals minus 22. So what we're going to do is get y the subject. So firstly, I would take minus 6y over. So I've got 4x equals 6y minus 22. Take the minus 22 over, 6y equals 4x plus 22. Divide both sides by 6, y equals 4x over 6 plus 22 over 6. So now I know y. or I've got an expression for y. I don't know I know I've got an expression for it. So I'm going to substitute that into the second equation because we got it from the first equation. So we sub that back in here. So we end up with 5x, take away 4 times, and then you have 4x over 6 plus 22 over 6. And that all equals minus 24. So again, let's expand this bracket and get rid of all that. So we have 5x, and then you've got minus 4 times 4x over 6. Minus times a plus is a minus. That's going to be minus 16 over 6x. Now on your calculator, if you do that, so minus 4 times 4 over 6, it'll probably simplify that to like 8/3, so minus 8/3. So we'll just write that in, minus 8/3 x, exactly the same, which is simplified. And then you've got minus 4 times 22 over 6. Again, you've got a calculator nowadays, so you could just do minus 4 times 22 over 6, which is minus 44/3. And all of that equals minus 24. So let's collect like terms. So we got 5x take away 8/3 x. So we could do 5 take away 8/3, which is 7/3. So we get 7/3 x take away 44/3 equals minus 24. So I'm going to take the minus 44/3 over and it becomes a plus. So we have 7/3 x equals minus 24 plus 44 over 3. So let's just put that in. That's minus 28/3. And finally, this is going to be okay, gives you x is minus 4. So what I'm going to do now is do minus 28/3, and I'm going to divide that by 7/3 to get x on its own. Which is going to give you 4, minus 4. Yeah, minus 4. Just showing you with the calculator, just to show you the calculator can help you with these if you're not too sure of the fractions. So x is minus 4. And then to get y, let's sub that back in to, I'll just use the first equation again. So we have 4 times minus 4, take away 6y equals minus 22. So we get minus 16, take away 6y equals minus 22, that's what that is. And then I could add the 16 to both sides, take it over, it becomes a plus, minus 6y equals minus 22, add 16, which is minus 6. Yeah, so minus 6y equals minus 6. I'm going to take the minus 6 down, it becomes a divide, so I've got y equals minus 6 over minus 6, which is 1. So we say the points of intersection is minus 4, 1. And that's fairly straightforward. I'll go through one of the next ones. The next one's quite nice because it's giving you y as the subject in both cases. So if we look at the next one, it's given you y as the subject. So you may as well, we've already got an expression, 6x minus 29 equals y. And you've also got y equals 3x minus 8. So we're just going to make these expressions equal to each other because that will tell us where the lines intersect. And then we solve this. So I could take the 3x over to the left because there's more x's on the left hand side. So you get 6x take away 3x, which is 3x. Minus 29 is 8, minus 8 even, because that minus is still there. Take the minus 29 over, becomes a plus. 3x equals 29. Take away 8, which is 21, and then bring the 3 down, x equals 21 divided by 3, which is 7. And then you sub that back in to either one of these equations. I'm going to use the first one, and that will give you y. So I'm just going to take this off. We know x is 7 now. So we can say y equals 6 times 7, and then you take away 29. 6 7s are 42, take away 29, which would be, I want to say 13. Yeah, so y equals 13. So we say there that x was 7, y was 13, so that'll be our point of intersection. So I'll just grab the next question. So equations and intersections. The first one, a line has, let me make it a bit smaller. There you go. So a line has gradient 2 and passes through P, 5, 2. Find the equation of the line. Well, we know that the equation of a line is y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. We're told that the gradient's 2, so we've got y equals 2x plus c. To find c, you substitute in the coordinates of the point you know it goes through, which is P. So I'm going to say that y is 2, x is 5. So we have 2 equals 2 times 5 plus c. So 2 equals 10 plus c. To get c on its own, you take the 10 over. So I've got c equal to 2 minus 10, which is minus 8. So that is where this is down here. That's minus 8. So we can say y is equal to 2x minus 8. That is the equation of the line. So y equals 2x minus 8. And the second line passes through 0, 7 and 9, 0. So I'm just going to delete all that. And then they want us to find an equation of the line. And it's asking for it in a weird form, but we'll just get it in the form y equals mx plus c and then rearrange. So we've got y equals mx plus c, and this c is not to be confused with what they've used as c there. Okay, so we have y equal, actually I can't do it yet because I want to find m. So to find the gradient, we do call b point 2, call a point 1. Gradient y2 take away y1 over x2 take away x1. Gradient's going to be, so if we look at b first, 0 take away and then a, 7. Over 9 take away 0, that gives you minus 7 ninths, which isn't particularly nice, but there we go. So we have y equal to minus 7 ninths x plus c. And again, to find c, you sub in either the coordinates of a or the coordinates of b. If we choose the coordinates of a, straight away you get 7 equals minus 7 times 0, which is 0, plus c. So we get 7 equal to c. So we know the equation of the line is y equals minus 7 ninths x plus 7. And then to get actual coordinates of intersection, you need to make the equations equal to each other. Well, actually, no, we don't, because we need to work out ax plus by equals c. So we'll do that. So to get ax plus by equals c, I'm going to take the minus 7 ninths x over, so it becomes a plus. So I get 7 ninths x plus y equals 7. To get rid of this 9, I'm going to multiply absolutely everything, both sides, by 9. So everything on the left by 9, not 7, 9. Everything on the right by 9. On the left, 9 times 7 ninths is 7, so I've got 7x. 9 times y is 9y. So I've got 9y. On the right, 7, 9, 63. And then that's pretty much it. They want the x first, is what we've done. So that's basically it. You've got 7x plus 9y equals 63. And they want the coordinates of intersection. So the easiest way to do that is to look at both the equations. So we've got y equals 2x minus 8 is one of them. And the other one, let's make my highlighter a bit thicker there. It's better. And the other one is, this 7x plus 9y equals 63. But the easiest thing is to get y on its own, which we've actually done earlier. So y equals minus 7 ninths x, and it was plus 7. So I'm just going to make these two expressions equal to each other, right? Because we know what y is. So I'm going to say, we've got y here. Let's make them equal. So 2x minus 8 equals minus 7 ninths x plus 7. I'm going to take the minus 7 ninths x over to the left, and it becomes a plus. So I get 2 plus 7 ninths x, which is going to be 2 and 7 ninths. Which is going to be like 25 over 9 or something. 25 over 9, yeah. So we have 25 over 9x, so 25x over 9. take away 8 equals 7, take the 8 over, becomes a plus, so you get 15. To get x on its own, you can divide by 25 over 9. Or, probably, to be honest, what would be better is you times both sides by 9, get rid of the 9, so you times it by 9, so you've got 25x equals 15 times 9, which is like 135. Yeah. And then to get x on its own, you divide by 25. So we have x equal to 135 divided by 25, 27 over 5. So we'll leave it like that because that's how they want it. And then to get y, you substitute this value of x back into either one of the highlighted equations. So if I use the first one, you get y equal to 2 times 27 fifths. Take away 8, and you can just put that straight into a calculator nowadays. So 2 times bracket 27 over 5, and then what was it? Take away 8, you get 14 over 5. So y would be 14 over 5. And let me just check that now on my maths. And that is all fine. So it was 27 fifths, x, and the y was 14 fifths, and that's where they would intersect.